Monday. I don't know what it's like where you are, but here it's an absolutely beautiful Monday. As we speak, it is 62 degrees. Unfortunately, that was all wrecked with work. What are we looking at today? Today we're going to be looking at Dark Horse. Plead the 5th Imperial Stout. Coming in at a lofty, what was this, 11%. 11%. And, there we go, be that way. Yeah, I broke into, these. I had a little bit on its own, and then I was kind of doing the black and tan thing. NIHAP sent a couple of things that had a really nice bread biscuit like finish, and I did a half and a half, and I have to say that was also very tasty. Maybe some kind of beer police would want to come for me knowing that I'm diluting this, but you're creating something new. So this would be a start to finish one here, though. So what Dark Horse seems kind of dark, so we'll open it with the gargoyle / Scully opener that Alex. Now what's up with that? Alex is having like camera problems or computer problems, I guess. Okay, here we go. Hang on, everybody. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like, I was gonna say, between the alcohol content, you can probably go crazy on the pour and not really worry about riseth the over the top of the glass. Okay, well, as you can see, it is very, very dark. How does it do on the... Yeah. There's a UV rating. Okay, let's see if we can describe this one better than yesterday's. Okay, it's like a molasses, or just a really subtle like black licorice, from the molasses. Roasted malts. I think there's a little coffee in there and some chocolate. Okay, done smelling. Let's drink. Cheers, guys. Yeah, just like a whole milk, chocolate milk, just like lines the inside of your mouth. Just look at that. This is definitely a very heavy-bodied beer. That's the first thing you notice, is that kind of a medium heavy kind of a mouthfeel. Everything is lighter, medium. What if everything is actually really medium or heavy? Have you ever thought about that? Yeah, the first thing you notice is the deep roasted malts, and I would say a molasses like sweetness. Yeah, it's just like a cascade of flavors. Those roasted malts kind of trail off, and you get like a little bit of like a chocolate sweetness. Not really pick. Oh yeah, there's a little coffee, like really dark, like dark roasted kind of coffee, not just that wimpy shit. And that 11%, right in the middle, there's just a little bit of an alcohol warming, like in the back of your throat. But boy, for 11%. You know, I pretty much knew this was going to be good, other than, you know, having had some, because, you know, Geist really liked it. It's been recommended for quite a while from Paul, Hasman 440. He's like, if you can find it. And the answer would have been no up until, you know, some more offerings in from over at the Keyport. Hope this is something that keep on hand. It's very reminiscent of the 1050. Actually, be kind of interesting to have one of each side by side and kind of go through what the differences. No, I'm not going to do it today. I still gotta. Christine gets home. I still gotta run a few errands with her, and sometimes you maybe have just a little bit too much fun when you get bored at the mall when you're drunk. But I think any trip to a mall should end with being escorted from the premises. I hate the mall. I can't stand it. I mean, even clothes shopping. If I know exactly, you know, it's like once you figure out, you know, what size you need in a particular brand, then you just walk in and toss it in the cart and just go pay for it and get the hell out of there. Mm. Oh, that is excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna have to assume that maybe they're already all gone, because I've been sitting on this now for well over a week. I don't think wasn't this last weekend. I think it was the weekend before, like Friday or something. I picked up some of these. All things told, you know, high alcohol and all those deep roasted malts and the overall thick body of it. It stays extremely smooth, and you're kind of left with some of that, like the residue of those deep roasted malts. It's not dry or bitter or nasty, but it definitely, unlike some beers, it definitely stays around. Ow. That would be Christine. She's going to stop off at the grocery store on the way home. Why? I don't know. I already have tonight's dinner planned. Last night, did saw, you know, properly seasoned chicken breasts out on the grill. I just love this time of the year. I think I might pick up another grill though. There's some situations where, you know, fast or terrible weather, I mean, it's really hard to get the briquettes going. Well, it's still possible. I just bring I use one of those chimneys. Just, if you've never used one of those, man, you definitely have to get one. They're like $10, and you just put the briquettes in the top, take 3 sheets of newspaper, ball it up, shove it in the bottom, light it. So if the weather really gets bad, I can do a couple of things. You know, my grill, I've got the ability to manually, the whole thing's on an arm, and you can lower the briquette, the tray where the briquettes sit. You know, I think it has a range of like 10 inches, so you could lower it all the way down, set the thing in there, and just or shut the lid. Or if you don't want to do that, then with that little chimney guy, you can just go light them up and get it going in the garage or something, and then pour it into the grill. But always kind of been leaning towards the idea of maybe picking up another grill, and one being gas, because I generally, you know, it's one of those things where it's like you start to listen. I mean, you know, how long ago was it that you shouldn't give sugar to kids? You know, sugar rots teeth, and then it turns out that sugar actually helps build the enamel. So you know, they were wrong on that. And so it's like how many things were they wrong about, or you know, we'll find out that they were right about. Uh, the one thing that I've heard quite a bit lately is the carcinogens when you cook with briquettes is obviously a lot higher than if you're cooking with gas, and it's just like, but I just don't know what it is. It's like maybe it's just me because I've got a couple of friends. One of them, I mean, it's almost like you put the two of them together and go ding, and they'll just fight it out, fight to the death over gas versus briquettes. And I'm sure now that I've made the comment, I'll get to see your opinions. Gas obviously is more convenient. You don't have to go through the hassles of lighting up briquettes and getting it going and all that. But I just think there is such a difference between the way something tastes when you've cooked it on a grill with good briquettes. Trust me when I say, if you're new to grilling, get good briquettes. Personally, I like Royal Oak over Kingsford. Kingsford burns, they seem like they burn a lot hotter and burn themselves out. The Kingsford, I think, has a little bit better flavor, and they burn longer. But Kingsford is definitely a strong second. Okay, one time, I remember what it was, must have been like the fourth or something. You know, going in, let's say nobody had briquettes, and the only thing at the grocery store was like this no-name brand, and it was just like, oh man, it was just like poof when they were gone. And, but still, I've been leaning towards maybe getting another grill, one in gas and one in staying with briquettes, and deciding which, you know, depending on the circumstances, the weather, or maybe how much. Like for the shoot, every year for the shoot, not only does not, you know, we guys that are here early and we're doing the sitting around the fire, we all, other than a couple of specialty meals, because last year the two highlights as always was Christine's lasagna. Everybody requests that. And then Johnny and his wife brought up brisket, and it's like, oh my god, this stuff was like, you better have your plastic underwear on while eating it. But other than that, everything else we did, we grilled. And you know, when you're cooking for I don't even know, on the early clan, I think we had 10 or 12 guys that were here for the better part of the week. Even my grill is twice the size of a typical Weber grill. It's got two sides, two different chambers. If you want to cook things at one temperature on one side and on the other, you can, or you can pull out the divider and just use it as one big open bay. And so in some cases like this, it would be nice to have a secondary grill. But I digress. Yeah, this is one, I think those roasted flavors and the molasses and the chocolate and the coffee are definitely going to come out more as it warms up, because this was way outside of PA Brew News' Paul's realm of acceptable temperature. This was cold. And as you can see, this 12 ounces is not going to make it to the point where we can see what it's like when it warms up. Yeah, it's good. And I gotta be honest with all those bold flavors. I mixed it with the I don't even remember. Was it the buffalo cream NIHAP that you sent me? 'Cause I like that nice full-bodied earthy bread biscuit finish that one had, in combining with this. But when you even mixing this, diluting this 50%, it's still hard to stop all those serious, bold, delicious flavors coming through as well. Hang on, I'm going to have another taste of my beer. Oh yeah. Well, as I fully expected, coming from the boys that were telling me I got to get my hands on this, the Plead the 5th Imperial Stout from Dark Horse. This is a 10. Very, very good. Brewed and bottled. No fancy little stories, just straight to the point, and there's still that big glob of stuff still at the bottom. What should we look at next? Well, let's look at the Bronx Rye Pale Ale from Bronx Brewery, 6.3% by volume, and it's in a big can. So if it's good, there's a whole bunch of it. If not, there's a whole bunch of it. This isn't the first thing I've had from them. Compliments of NIHAP. Flaked rye, making it nearly quarter cream. Yes. Flavors, Chinook, and crystal hops, bitterness, and a piney herbal character. Well, so far, I've had of the ryes that I've had, I have liked most of them. There's some that were just very weak, but see how this one is. The other one that I had from them was also kind of a heavy hitter. So let's do that tomorrow. Tuesday. And honestly, where are we at? Where are we at? 17 minutes. I could location. I could stand here and probably fill up another 10-15 minutes, but you know, let's go back to that. It's 62 degrees in the shade, so it feels pretty good to sit out in the sun. Of course, after my experience within the last year of, I don't know if it's necessarily blame what I went through as to being generated by the sun, but I don't do well with the sun, but it's still nice to be out in it. It's funny, what was it, yesterday was like 50, 49 or 50 degrees, and somebody was already complaining that it was getting a little warm, and she is slated to be leaving on Thursday for a Vegas, baby, and it's looking like it's going to be in like 90, 95. Well, she's there. By the way, there's a big party on Friday night as soon as she's gone. If anybody wants to come on over. Okay, well, we'll take a look at the rye tomorrow, and cheers, guys. Now it's like fighting the urge to see when is she gonna be home. Make her drive. Leave the firearm at home. Maybe have another one of these. Sit out back. It's probably more than likely what's the scenario is going to be. Okay, guys. You know, it's just a high definition. It's just that it's so clear and crisp. Okay. I guess since I started it, why not, if you've made it this far in the video and you wish to add your 2 thoughts on it. Kind of makes me think of what Ray likes to do, and Jeff, Gunwild 1, stick shit at the very end of the video, like little secret giveaways or something, little statements. That way you can see who actually stays around for the whole thing. But yeah, if you're still here at this point and you want to give your 2 cents on it, uh, do you do briquettes or do you grill with gas? And if you want to give an explanation why, I gave you mine. I just think the flavors are more intense, and there's just something about grilling over the old open flame as opposed to just a gas source. But maybe you have health issues, but of all the things I've ever done leading up to this point in time, if it turns out that I'm taken out by my grill, I guess so be it. So, cheers guys. We'll see you tomorrow.